What's good?
People. It's Keara again. I am like seeing my roles in the camera, and
they
for
look
some
hot.
reason it's very distracting. I smell it. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna have rolls on camera. Everyone can lick my rolls.
Can I just lick them in general?
No, not right now.
Okay.
If you don't know me, my name is Keara. This is my wife, Lauren.
Hello.
We made 2 other videos in this series. Ask us anything about lesbian sex. We are a couple. We've been married for 5 years.
Well, we've been together for 5 years.
Well, in November, we're married for 5 years.
4 years.
Oh.
Whatever.
It doesn't matter. It feels like 10. It feels like 20 years.
It feels like infinity.
It does feel like infinity that we've been
In the
together.
best way.
We are a couple attempting to give you lesbian sex advice because
Woo!
it's hard to come by. It's hard to come by even now. Since we've been together so long, hopefully we have experience and can relay some reassurance, answer some questions, whatever y'all need. We're here for you. These are all from Instagram, and if you want to follow both of us on Instagram, I'll put them on the screen and below, as well as TikTok. These are all anonymous, obviously. Thank you again for sending them in. There's a lot of questions. The most questions I think that we've ever had. So let's just get right into it because it's probably going to be a long video.
Get her done.
Okay, first question. Is scissoring real? I tried, but it didn't work out.
Doesn't work for everyone. You gotta have muscles to scissor.
Yeah, you also have to be flexible. I feel like you and your partner have to have the correct proportions to do it.
Yeah.
I feel like with us, sometimes it's hard because Lauren's torso is really long and mine's short.
And you have long legs.
And I have longer legs. Someone was like, is it a myth?
Oh.
It's not a myth. You can scissor.
It feels good.
But it does feel good. You may or may not come from it. I feel like normally you don't, because it's hard to get in the right groove, but it is possible. I feel like scissoring, it just feels good, and that's the main thing about it. And it doesn't really matter what it looks like. It doesn't have to look like 2 scissors intersecting.
Sometimes you have to maneuver your body in a position where after 30 seconds it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because you have to tuck the pelvis. Don't do it a few days after you've shaved when it's spiky.
Oh my god.
That shit hurts.
That shit hurts.
Down there.
When it's at the prickly stage, it
No.
can feel like a cactus up in that pussy.
It hurts. It hurts. One time I got a hair in my clit and that was the worst thing I've ever felt in my life. Remember that? You had to pull
That
it
was
out?
just, I don't know how that got there because it was the size of an eyelash, wasn't it?
And it sucked because we were getting ready to, we were having sex and I was like, wait, I'm in so much pain right now. And you looked and it was a pubic hair, I think.
Oh.
And I was like, just pull it out, just do it. And you pulled it out and I was like, I'm just gonna sit here for a second.
That's literally traumatic.
People who have had pubic hairs under their hood of their clit, comment below. Let's have fun.
Gang!
And bond with each other.
You're gonna create a new community. Hairy clit.
Hair and clit unite.
This video is already a disaster. And we just started. Ooh! Someone asked best responses for people saying it's not losing your virginity if it was WLW. I've made a whole video on virginity and how it's stupid, it's a social construct, and I'll link it below. But honestly, what I would say to those people is
oh, are they asking for responses?
Yeah.
When people say that?
yeah, is that so?
Literally.
That is the Jesus-y answer to that question. It's is that so? If that's what you think?
If someone said that to me, I'd walk away.
I've had people question me about that.
You know what I would do? If I'm talking to someone, they're like, it's not losing your V-carb, it was WLW. I'd be like, what do you mean?
Were you there?
And they probably wouldn't know how to react from that.
Yeah, I feel
If you just go, what do you mean?
I
feel like they'd be like, well, sex is having a in your I'm gonna be like, is that so?
Is that so?
And walk away.
Is that so?
Don't go to their energy. They need to do their own education if they still think that's what sex is. Not your responsibility. Ending the question on that note.
How much is a good amount of foreplay?
Depends.
It depends. With me, I feel like I've recently had a revelation about foreplay is that I need a lot of it in order to transition myself into a sexy state of mind. Because I think I've talked about this in like the previous videos, one of the previous videos, how transitioning from like whatever kind of mindset you're in into a like horny mindset is hard sometimes. So I feel like the longer the foreplay, sometimes the better. And also like, I feel like, what's the difference between foreplay and actual sex? Because I think it's all the same with lesbians. Because you know how like in straight relationships, they're like, foreplay is like before you get into penetration. But with lesbians, it's like we don't always even have penetration. Like what even constitutes as foreplay? I don't even know. The lines are blurred.
Yeah, I think it all comes down to what your definition of sex is, and that's everyone's different opinions.
However long it takes you to kind of like get into the vibe, get into the mood, that's how long foreplay should be.
I feel like it's, yeah, exactly. I feel like for me, it's to the point where it's enough foreplay when I'm like, just give it to me already.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm like, I'm gonna lose my mind if we don't take this further.
That's true.
Like,
it's a good answer. How should I navigate sex as I enter my freshman year in college? I never went to college, so I'm gonna pass the baton to Lauren.
Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm 27, but at heart, I am over 100 years old.
True.
I didn't have sex until I was 21. That is not a freshman in college. That is almost a graduate in college. If you're not ready, don't force yourself. When you are ready, make sure you feel safe.
Use protection.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's this big stigma, like, especially in America, that's like, you go to college, you're gonna party, you're gonna have sex, and
yeah.
And it's like, there are a lot of parties. I had a party girl stage. But it doesn't mean that you have to have sex. Like, you don't need to have sex at any time. You can literally wait till you fall in love with someone. You can literally like be like, you're hot, let's have sex. Like, it's like, it all depends on the person. So just ask yourself, what are you comfortable with? And go with that. With me, I was like, I want to have sex with someone that I'm madly in love with. That, and I did.
Ow. Someone said, why don't you like straight? It was a man that asked this question.
I like straight people.
I think they meant like, why don't you like men?
Girl, that goes way back.
Let me just get into my whole life story. Next question, how to get better at knowing what you want? My best advice is literally like explore with yourself.
I was gonna say
That's how you're gonna know. And with experience with other people too.
If you listen or watch corn, maybe pay attention to what you like the videos or like stuff that you're listening to. And that can also entail like what you would want.
True. Yeah, good point. Please watch ethical corn. You can also listen to audio stories, audio erotica, or literotica, which is like a term I just learned yesterday. My friend told me.
What is it?
It's like reading sexy stories. You can find sexy audio stories and written stories on Dipsy. It's one of my favorite apps for spicy entertainment. Enemies to lovers, chance encounters, a slow burn, or friends become more than friends. Whatever your favorite romance trope, Dipsy has a spicy audio for you. Dipsy is an app full of hundreds of short, spicy audio stories. It is my favorite place for spicy entertainment when I'm, having some me time and I want to have a little bit of fun stimulation in my ears, or even when I want to heat things up with a partner. They bring scenarios to life with immersive soundscapes, realistic characters, and they have stories about vacation flings, second chance romances, and hot and heavy hookups. There's a growing library of fantasy series with werewolves, vampires, fairies, goddesses, historical fiction. New content is released every week, so in between listening to your favorite stories, you can go and discover new ones. They also have self-pleasure and self-touch series. They have erotic meditations. Dipsy offers a modern approach to romance with high quality and captivating audio fiction. For subscribers of my channel, Dipsy is offering an extended 30-day free trial when you go to dipsystories.com/Keara. That's DIPSEA stories.com/Keara. That's 30 days of full access for free. So you can check it out, see if you like it. Just go to dipsystories.com/Keara. I hope you enjoy it. Mwah.
Look how dirty my feet are.
Yo, mine are real dirty too.
But, I mean, it's like giving Earth.
My GF has a hard time giving me sex without feeling obligated. But I still have needs, ?
Okay, so they have different, like, kind of libidos.
To me, it sounds like their partner feels obligated to give them pleasure, which that doesn't sound healthy to me. No one should ever feel obligated to do anything. Like, it should be consensual and enthusiastic, and if it's not, then don't do it. It's totally valid for you to have needs, 1000%.
No one wants to feel like they're an obligation.
No.
You want the other person to have fun too. That's the whole point of sex. Is like, if someone's like giving you pleasure, you want them to have fun doing it as well.
Yeah.
You know?
It takes two to tango. And the two have to be tangoing and having fun. And if they're not, then might as well not be having sex. I would like communicate that to your partner. It depends on the scenario. Like, I don't know what your situation is.
I feel like there just needs to be some communication at play for this. I think that will be the best thing to overcome it.
Yeah, I agree. Would you recommend having friends with benefits? Why or why not?
Depends. All these answers are like,
it depends.
It literally that there's never a yes or a no question. It's like everyone's opinion.
I think they want to know our opinion. This one sounds like they want to know our opinion.
Like, if I would do friends with benefits?
If you recommend it, like if you think it's a good thing to do.
If you and the other person have communication beforehand and you're like, yo, this is strictly just pleasure, fucking go for it.
You know what? I actually did have friends with benefits before.
Go off.
Technically.
Yeah, you did.
It was my best friend, and we didn't have any like romantic attraction, but we had sex. And so technically that was friends with benefits. We didn't communicate about it. It just happened. But I think that's common lesbian like friendships.
I think it's really important if you're having friends with benefits is to keep the communication, because us lesbians catch feelings.
Oh yeah.
And so it's like I feel like if you constantly need to be in communication, be like, okay, this is strictly just friends with benefits still, right? Like, just like keeping that communication going, being like, okay, we both feel this way, okay, cool, none of us are catching feelings, sick.
Communication is the answer to all of these.
No, literally.
Someone asked, my girlfriend is a bottom and I'm a switch. How do we compromise so I'm not always on the top? Yeah, because like you obviously want pleasure too. But aren't... Huh?
Say something. So... I got nervous because you're peeing.
Say it.
There are toys out there that can like give you pleasure while you're topping. We have one called the Coco and it's on both ends. And so like both people can get pleasure from it.
Yeah.
This is Coco.
Okay. This is a toy called Coco. This is the bag it comes in. And this is it, okay?
Shout out Wicked Wandas for giving us it.
Thank you, Wicked Wandas. So there's vibration.
Yes.
And there's also suction.
You can also get ones that just vibrate on both ends too though. Yeah.
So this is a little clit suction. And then this is vibration. So if someone wants to use the suction part and then the other person wants to use this end, you can bend it, you can insert it inside of you, and it also vibrates.
Don't be afraid to use toys. I feel like I've only really heard like toys being used with only yourself. Use them in sex.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, like.
I think a lot of people feel scared to introduce a toy. Maybe we can talk about that.
Oh my god, yeah. Like, it's like sometimes you just need, the physical hand cannot go as fast as a vibrator. Like, sometimes you just need that.
Yeah, it's a different
Like,
feeling. It's a different sensation, and you might not always want, you know, a hand or a mouth.
Yeah.
Or someone else's genitals. Maybe you do want a toy, and I think people get weird about it if like they, you know, get offended or they get their ego involved and they're like,
it wasn't me who got you off. It was the
toy. Or it's like, I can never compete with that toy. It's like, humans are not machines. Like we can't do those things. So it's like, don't take it personally if your partner wants to use a toy. Help them enjoy themselves.
Yeah, highly recommend.
In whatever way.
You can also, if you don't have a double-ended toy, you could have like the partner on the bottom just literally holding the toy while you like are on top while you're pleasuring them. That's hot.
That's true.
Yeah.
We just did that.
Yeah, we did. Vibrators can be used as like little massages as well. Give your partner or whoever you're with a massage.
Yeah. Okay, my camera's about to overheat.
Yay!
I see that little like notification. So we'll end the video here. Thank you so much for sending in your questions. I hope this helped you. Let me know if it did. Comment below. Again, this is the part 3. So if you want to see 2 other videos like this, I will link the other 2 videos in this series below.
Bye.
I hope you have a lovely day.
Drop my sunglasses.
I hope you have a lovely day. Get outside, wear sunscreen, and wear sunglasses.
Mwah.
Mwah. I love you.